Okay. Our second lot of hens are laying now, but due to the uncertainty around coronavirus, okay, anyone that's concerned about coronavirus selling eggs, listen up. I've wanted to address this. Due to the uncertainty around coronavirus, the businesses like cafes, restaurants, which rely heavily on tourism, is coming to an abrupt end. We are trying to market into cafes, restaurants frequented by locals, but they are also tightening up and taking a wait and see approach as local distancing, etc., is threatening. We are also quite close to farmers markets being closed, which is unfortunate as we have been able to sell weekly surplus there. Certainly not the situation we needed to find ourselves in at this stage of our business. Let's hope the situation changes quickly. Coronavirus, let's talk about it. So with the coronavirus, and I want to sort of answer your question. I don't know who that's from, sorry. I didn't get all the names put down on this list. If that's your business or anyone else is in a similar situation that you're wanting to sell your eggs to restaurants, and restaurants, they're probably going to get hit hard. I've already heard some stories about it. This is a time where you do want your finger on the pulse and you can pivot your business and do very, very well out of it. So one of the things, I filmed a case study literally on Monday, so today's Wednesday, 2 days ago. I just need to edit it. We're talking small numbers of this case study, but it can scale the whole concept. This lady, she has 30 chickens and she doesn't, and if they lay, say, 21 eggs a day, she doesn't eat 21 eggs a day. So naturally she sells them. She's just gone on to a local Facebook marketplace. Like if you've been on Facebook and you got a buy, swap, sell site, she's gone on one of those. What I would say, read the rules first in case they say you can't sell food. She said, hey, I've got a farm, I've got some chickens, I've got some excess eggs and they're so much a dozen and I'm delivering into town each Thursday, message me. And now this was a few months ago. This wasn't this week when people are trying to buy toilet paper. This was months ago when everything was normal. She was inundated with replies, which she took the post down. Everyone that replied, she's like, what I'll do, I'll put you in my messenger group. So just like Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp group, if that's more familiar to them. And now all she doesn't even have a set delivery day. She'll be like, I'm going into town on Thursday and I've got 6 dozen spare eggs. And she's got about 60 or 80 people in there. So suddenly you've got people saying, oh, yeah, I'll take 1 dozen, I'll take 2 dozen, I'll take this. And they're sort of buying directly off her. So doesn't have a Facebook page, no Facebook group. Well, sorry, she does have a Facebook page, but she's not even promoting it through there. She doesn't have a Facebook group. She doesn't have a website, an email list, all the other things that you should have in business, so to speak. And she's selling these eggs. She's doing like a home delivery service. If you're in a situation where the coronavirus is affecting you, I would be starting up a buyers group as soon as you can. So you don't want to wait for 6 weeks from now where you're feeding birds, you've got too many eggs. Start small, even if it's with 6 dozen. I'd be going out to your local town, region, city, wherever the population base is, and say, I've got eggs, they're this price, I can do home delivery, and you might just pick a suburb. You don't want to be going 40 minutes this way and 20 minutes that way. You'll probably pick an area. If they're not in that area, you might create a drop-off or a pickup location, or they get their friend to do it. I've literally heard of people, don't know if you're allowed to do this or not, but they'll say, on a Saturday morning, I'll meet you at Bunnings car park over the eastern side. I'm in the blue Hilux. And then people will come up and buy their eggs. It gets to a stage where you can actually do this through bank transfer. So you're not dealing with $50 notes and change. You say, here are the eggs, here's the bank details, pay for them. Looking at that service, now is a time in history which you can win at that very easily. Like just yesterday, I was in Coles. I'll see if I can bring up the picture on my phone and show it to you guys. And you've probably seen this before. I walked past eggs in Coles, not that I was trying to buy eggs, but it had one of those things, a little notice. I'm not sure if anyone can. Well, it's not going to let me. This is a picture of the tag. Due to high current demand of eggs, we have introduced a temporary limit of 2 items per transaction. This will help to maintain availability. So right now, and I'm talking, that was yesterday, and I was actually in the Coles again this morning because I grabbed some stuff on my way to work. There's not many eggs there. People are in panic shopping, which I don't think is a good idea, but that's just where they're at. So right now, there's a bunch of people that probably don't want to go to the shops because they don't want to be anywhere near people. They do want food. So if you enter the market, you're solving a problem to say, I can home deliver them to you. They're awesome eggs and they're this price and it's this locality, or do the Bunnings car park, or say it's a minimum of 3 dozen and they can get some friends together. So what is currently potentially a bad thing, what I see for farmers who can like direct market, i.e. eggs, awesome. You obviously can't do this with beef cattle. You can't just walk your beef cow into town and go, all right, here's my knife and start cutting it up. But with eggs, where you've got the potential to self-market, I think it's a perfect opportunity. There's people going, I want to buy food. I want to get home delivery. And I found out yesterday, whether it's right or wrong, I didn't spend hours wasting time reading up all this stuff. But I think in Australia, Coles and Woolworths, they've cancelled online deliveries because I think their system went into meltdown because everyone's like, well, I'll just jump online and order it. So people that are used to ordering online, they're not doing it. If you enter the market to say, I can do it, there is a price attached and you work that out, because I don't know how far you are from town, but you offer a home delivery with eggs, everything your restaurants were taking, you can now sell directly to families. You're selling them at retail price than wholesale price. It could shift your business in a positive way. Small figures, if you're selling all your eggs for $6 a dozen wholesale, and then you're now selling them for $7.50, you've actually doubled your net profits because your input costs haven't changed. Now, in that example, you might have delivery costs to a bit of running around, so it might not necessarily be double, but I'm saying don't overlook this opportunity. Don't look back 6 months from now and go, oh, we could have done that. You're on this call today. If coronavirus is affecting you and your egg business, start doing home delivery. Get it out on Facebook. Talk to whoever, and you can just build a database, and it'll probably be fairly secure because it'll be like heaps and heaps of people. So hopefully that's answered that question. I'm happy to take more questions on individual situations with the coronavirus and give you some advice there.